Welcome once again to Breakfast Central. And now, moving away from discussions across Africa, let's go to sports news this morning where we have Oyinye Obaro standing by. Good morning, Oyinye.
Good morning, Osa. Of course, it's a great day to talk sport and, of course, to talk women's sport. We are concentrating on Nigeria right now, women's football, as the Nigerian Football Federation announced on Monday that the 9-time African champions and FIFA World Cup ever-present Super Falcons will take on the senior women national team of Japan in an international friendly match on Thursday, that's the 6th of October 2022. The date falls within one of the FIFA Women International windows for this year. Japan are rated 13th in the world, while the Super Falcons are 39th in the world. Both teams have clashed once at a competitive level at the 2004 Olympic Women's Football Tournament, where the Nigerian they pipped the Super Falcons 1-0. Now, two back-to-back friendlies in 2013 were won 2-0 each by the Nigerian. The Japanese ladies won the FIFA World Cup in Germany in 2011, beating Team USA on penalty shootout after relegation time ended 2-2. Now, thus, they've become the first team from Asia to win the senior FIFA World Cup trophy. The Super Falcons are perennial champions of the African continental showpiece and have participated at every FIFA Women's World Cup since the competition began in 1991, reaching the quarterfinals in 1999. Now, of course, to discuss this decision by the Nigerian Football Federation would be the former, of course, Ghana LO officer, Favour Otua, who is joining us all the way from Port Harcourt there. Thank you so much, Favour.
Yeah, good morning, Aniye. Nice to join you this morning.
Nice to have you. Of course, you'll be surprised that we've got a male analyst for women-related matters. Favour is the former Ghana LO officer, the liaison officer over there during the Aisha Buhari Cup. So it's a good thing to have Favour talk about women's football. Favour, let's run into it. A lot of people have criticized that decision by the Nigerian Football Federation to schedule this friendly for October. Now, ignoring the right preparation for the team ahead of the African Women's Cup of Nations just 9 days away. What are your thoughts on this for the Nigerian Football Federation to be preparing a friendly for October away from the African Women's Cup of Nations?
Well, I don't think it's a wrong decision or wrong thoughts by the NFF. Don't forget, this particular friendly is going to be in October. The Nations Cup is next month. Of course, preparations have kick-started already. When you look at the plans already, there's no window for you to have, the friendly matches before the Nations Cup. We have the Nations Cup in the early first week of July. The team just have one more week to prepare. And don't forget, the teams you probably will want to play in Africa have also, started preparations. For instance, in Nigeria's group, we have South Africa, we have Botswana. They are all preparing for, their respective matches at the Nations Cup. For me, I think it's the NFF being proactive. I mean, they don't want to wait for, a particular window and then it comes and go without having friendly matches. We've seen how, they've prioritized the Super Falcons in the last 2 years. They've given them key friendlies. I know in the US tour, we've seen other tours they've gone for, which of course has helped them. And it's all about planning for the World Cup. The semi-finalists, the 4 semi-finalists at the Nations Cup will automatically qualify for the Women's World Cup. So it's an opportunity for them to say, oh, we're going to face Japan. Japan is the 13th ranked team in the world. Nigeria is 35. So it's a grade A friendly, which of course, I like the fact that the NFF have thought ahead to bring this friendly. So let's focus on whatever we're doing now, which is, of course, preparing for the Nations Cup. I don't think it's a distraction. It's just for them to know, hey, after this time around, you guys need to qualify for the World Cup. You already have Japan friendly lined up for you. That's also another form of exposure, and looking at what have you. So it's just all about what will happen. And it's going to be played in Japan. Of course, the time zone is different, similar of what happen, at the World Cup. So it's just prepping the girls' mind, telling them what to expect, ahead of the Nations Cup. And don't forget, in as much as they're defending champions, they have 12 teams. This is the first time we're having 12 teams. The last Nations Cup in Ghana was 8 teams. So they're expected to, defend the trophy, but it's not going to be easy because of what we've had in women football. We saw what happened at Aisha Buhari Cup.
Okay, Favour. I think we've lost Favour there. But the thing about it is the Nigerian Football Federation are trying to think ahead. That's only if the Nigerian team, the women's team, will qualify or make it to the semi-final or the finals claimed the title at the African Women's Cup of Nations. Now, according to you, they're trying to think ahead. But the choice of the team by the NFF comes to the fore. Why Japan away from other teams in the European scene? Favor, can you get me?
Yeah, okay. Can you repeat yourself? Please, can you come again?
Okay, you went ahead to say the Nigerian Football Federation are trying to think ahead for the Super Falcons. That's if only they cling to the title, they defend the title this time around in Morocco for the African Women's Cup of Nations, or they are the runners-up. Now, at this time, a lot are asking why the NFF coming up with Japan. Why the choice of Japan for the Super Falcons?
Yeah, if you look at Japan, let's not take anything away from them. I think one of the Olympics that was played some years ago, Japan won that particular. Is it the Olympics or the World Cup? Japan is a formidable force when it comes to women football. I mean, they are ranked number 13 in the world. If you can play a team ranked number 13 in the world, I think that's not bad. I mean, we've played Japan at the Olympics level in 2004. We lost 1-0. We played them in friendlies back-to-back. We're defeated by them. First, they are very fast. They have agility. They are a young squad. When you talk about women football in the Asian part of the world, Japan will come first, even before South Korea. So you look at what they're trying to do right now. They're trying to ensure that we don't always play European teams or maybe North American teams. Let's try something different. I mean, you never can tell if we qualify for the World Cup. We might have Japan in our group as one of the teams we'll be facing at the World Cup. So it's just the NFF trying to think out of the box. I'm not trying to speak for them right now, but I'm just looking at Japan as a strong team. When I saw Japan, I really gave thumbs up to the NFF because Japan is a formidable force in women football any day, any time. When you take away the Germanys of this world, Sweden, United States of America, you want to call Japan and then maybe put in Canada amongst the teams you talk about in women football. So choice of Japan is not bad at all compared to, you look at the Super Eagles, they played Ecuador. They played, Mexico. Mexico is a strong team, but look at Ecuador compared to the men's football category. I mean, you also want to look at the women's football and say, oh, Japan is even better in terms of rankings and in terms of pedigree when it comes to women's football.
Okay, let's look ahead of the African Women's Cup of Nations. Now, they are the defending champions. They are 9-time African champions. Will the Super Falcons make it 10 titles in a row?
It's going to be difficult. The last time I was in Ghana, that was in 2018 in Cape Coast, where, of course, they lost their first game against South Africa. And don't forget to play South Africa again in their first game. So I think the Super Falcons have dropped a bit. Post that tournament in 2018, we saw how they struggled. But I like the resilience. I like the experience that's in the team. We saw how we qualified against Cote d'Ivoire and Ghana. Not an easy side at all. I think the team right now is mixed with young bloods. We've seen, players from the U.S. We've seen Ifeoma Onumbunu also in the team. McLean's also has joined them. The U.S. goalkeeper, Yewande Balogun. I think what the coach is doing right now around the Wild Drum is trying to mix experience and young players to see who can fill up the boots of the older ones when they go out of the team. And trust me, they had a fantastic season when you talk about the players in the Super Falcons. So I'm expecting them to do it. It's not going to be easy, but I will not say they would win it outright. I mean, it's going to be difficult, but they have the chance. They have about 80% of retaining the title, not to be complacent, but to ensure that they take every game one at a time.
All right, Favor.
It's going to be difficult.
Thank you so much, Favor, for that thought there. We do appreciate your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, there, of course, talking about the Nigerian women's football. They are 9-time African champions. So it's road to Morocco 2022 for the African Women's Cup of Nations. Also, Olive, of course, you've heard that the Super Falcons are trying to dot the I's and cross the T's at this time. To the sport update at this time, thank you so much.